Planning Commission meeting,
Accepting.
perhaps ever, to order. And we begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I request for what is perhaps the last roll call.
Commissioner Harper Pedersen.
Here.
Commissioner Gutierrez.
Present.
Commissioner Bergman.
Present.
Vice Chair Bradley.
Present.
And Chair Silberman.
Here. Appointment of officers. We need to appoint some officers. I don't think I need to read this. We need to appoint a Planning Commission chair, a vice chair, a representative to the Residential Design Review Committee, and an alternate. I had asked staff whether or not we could appoint one of the people who aren't here to any of these positions, and I was informed that that would not be the best practice, and the suggestion was that perhaps we should hold off on electing an alternate until the new commissioners are seated. And that we could appoint a primary to the Residential Design Review Committee. And then in the event that someone else wanted to do it, one of the newbies wanted to do it, they could reappoint. You could reappoint later. And I guess that's true of all of the positions. But with that, I think I will begin by taking a nomination for the chair.
I'd like to nominate Don Bradley as the chair.
Second.
You want that? Do you accept the nomination? I'll do the best I can. All right. Then I would call for a roll call. Oh, are there any other nominations? All right, then I will take a roll call vote, ask for a roll call vote.
Commissioner Harper Pedersen.
Yes.
Commissioner Gutierrez.
Yes.
Commissioner Bergman.
Yes.
Vice Chair Bradley.
Abstain.
And Chair Silberman.
Yes. I will entertain a nomination for the vice chair.
I nominate Shannon Bergman.
I'd second that.
Do you accept the nomination?
Accept.
Are there any other nominations? All right.
Angela, it's the last call. No.
I know, Angela. We could start a constitutional crisis
As fun as that would be to make Greg sweat.
of Ruben-style dimension here. This could be good. All right, that's fine. No fun at all. All right, then I would like a roll call
Through the
vote.
chair, can
Yes.
I clarify the second? Who seconded the motion?
I am going to go ahead and acknowledge Mr. Gutierrez as the second.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He always gets it.
I know. Well, this is his last chance. This is his last chance.
No more seconds left.
This is my last second, whatever that
Maybe a
means.
second to last
Always
chance.
faster than I am.
I will take a roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Harper Pedersen.
Yes.
Commissioner Gutierrez.
Yes.
Commissioner Bergman.
Yes.
Vice Chair Bradley.
Yes.
And Chair Silberman.
Yes. Now, the Residential Review Committee Chair. All right, I nominate, due to her resignation, and I say that not as she resigned from something, but her body language displaying that she has resigned, Shannon Bergman.
Second.
Second.
Okay, Don, you can have that one.
I don't know. All right,
I
fine.
mean, I did win that one, but Don,
Fine,
you
I
can have
will
it.
acknowledge Don Bradley, perhaps out of pity.
But watch the video. I was clearly the second there.
Can I have a roll call vote, please?
Commissioner Harper Pedersen.
Yes.
Commissioner Gutierrez.
Yes.
Commissioner Bergman.
Abstain.
Vice Chair Bradley.
Yes.
And Chair Silberman.
Yes. Do folks want to go ahead and torture Don and nominate him as the alternate, or do we want to wait until and let them choose an alternate?
I feel like the new commission should choose.
All right. So do I need to do anything other than not do something?
We'll just bring it up on the next meeting.
All right. How interesting that was, why was that before public comment? Weird. Anyway, the next item on the agenda is public comment. This public comment period is limited to items that are not on the agenda. The commission may briefly respond to statements made or questions posed as allowed by the Brown Act. However, the commission's general practice is to refer items to staff for attention or have a matter placed on a future commission agenda for a more comprehensive action or report. Is there anyone here who would like to speak to an item that is not on the agenda?
Now's your time.
She can't stop you. You're entitled by law. You have 2 minutes by law. She does. She has no choice, and I can actually give you as much time as I want.
She can't stop you now, but
All right.
the meeting will end at some point.
Seeing none, the next item on the agenda is the approval of the Planning Commission meeting minutes of June 4th, 2018. Does anyone have any changes to the minutes?
I didn't have any changes.
I didn't have any either.
You want to make your last motion ever, Angela Harper Pedersen?
Thank you. Nice pronunciation. I move that we approve the minutes from
June 4th.
June 4th, 2018.
I'll second that.
Yep, last second. Can I get a roll call vote, please?
Commissioner Harper Pedersen.
Yes.
Commissioner Gutierrez.
Yes.
Commissioner Bergman.
Yes.
Vice Chair Bradley.
Yes.
And Chair Silberman.
Yes. The next item is report on recent city council actions.
Nothing for this evening, Chair Silberman.
All right. Do any members of the Planning Commission wish to make any comments?
Well, I would, but,
Yeah.
in whatever order you prefer, Chair Silverman.
You may be my guest.
Okay, so I just wanted to say a few things, kind of following Scott's exit when he went out. First, I wanted to say that, honestly, I am deeply honored to have been a planning commissioner for the last 7 years. So thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to do it. I have really enjoyed my time here and really enjoyed what I hope other people see as thoughtful deliberations about important items facing our city. One of the things I was thinking about was when I was first appointed to the commission, I want to say during my interview, they had asked how I view property rights. And one of the things I remember saying was that I thought it was a balance, that, planning commissioners generally do try to find the right balance within the confines of the law between a person's personal property rights and how that impacts the surrounding community. And for me, that's always been a guiding light for how I make decisions. And I want to say that seems pretty true based on our deliberations for all the commissioners up here. So to my fellow commissioners, I wanted to just say, I've really enjoyed our deliberations. I think everybody has come here with a good sense of fair play, with no hidden agenda, with being absolutely conscientious in their deliberations, and I appreciate everybody's unique insight. And I'm really proud of the decisions we've made, and I'm proud of how we made those decisions. So I just wanted to thank you guys very much. And also, since it's my last meeting, I do want to give a shout out to the old commissioners. So to the Steves, Steve Divney, Steve Sanfilippo, Michael Corral, and especially to Karen Clapper and Scott Marsters, who were extremely instrumental in teaching me how to be a planning commissioner in my first year. So I wanted to thank them very much if by any chance they're watching. And I'm going to say it's a low chance, but just in case.
Scott might be.
And Scott might be. He knows it's my last meeting. And also, I wanted to thank the staff, most importantly, the absolute hardest working people in the room. I don't think that the public fully understands what you guys do behind the scenes and in front to just keep the city moving and to just the stuff the public sees barely scratches the surface of what you have to do to keep this city moving forward. And I wanted you to know that that effort and patience and professionalism just doesn't go unnoticed or unappreciated. So thank you so much. And I also want to individually thank Lisa Costa-Sanders, Jill, Andrea, Laura, Maureen and Lori, and of course, Lisa and Al, and Crystal and Greg. So thank you guys so much for everything. I really, really have enjoyed working with you. So in my parting, I have a parting gift for everybody. And what it is
Do we have to claim this on our disclosure? Because
Only if it's worth more than
yes.
$50, but I already turned in my last one, so we're okay.
full disclosure, it is not worth more than $50. But sentimentally, I expect it to be priceless. So I better not see it on eBay. So this is an ornament. Notice how symmetrical this two-story house is. And notice how it does not look like a craftsman. And it has a saying, and it says, "Home is where our story begins." And as cheesy as it sounds, I think that's really true as anybody that's intersected with planning, that home is really our springboard to how we see and interact with development and growth in our communities. So Scott had said, remember the trees, and I guess he implored us to remember the trees. And so I am imploring all of you to remember the homes and the people that live in them, and use that as your guide.
Thank you, Brenda.
Thank you.
So, thank you, and I have notes for everybody.
Oh, that's very
you're sweet.
So,
Not a lot of articulation.
Yeah, that second story is definitely not the code. But
and I'm gonna really miss you guys.
We're going to miss you.
well, I'm just going to echo what she said. So thank you, Angela. No, I really wanted to. I'm extremely proud of the commission that we had. We had previous commissioners. I think that. As Angela said, every project that we came across, I'm proud of the work that we did and really listening to the concerns of the citizens and bringing it back to what the code is, and I'm extremely excited to see what these projects come to be, and we've got probably a number of them in the next 2 years that will probably be something hopefully that we'll be very proud of, but I know that we took the time that we needed to come up to that conclusion. The commission, I'd like to thank the commission too. I think all these projects, while very, very serious projects, I think we try to keep it as light as possible because they're big topics. But at the end of the day, they're good projects. They're very good projects for San Carlos and the citizens of San Carlos. And I'm hoping that the majority of the citizens agree once they're all built. Every city is going through their challenges. And hopefully we're able to solve some of those as it relates to transportation. But housing is the number one thing that we need more of. So I wanted to thank the staff because I know that every meeting you guys take the blunt of everything pretty much. And if it wasn't for as much time as you spend on the staff reports and going through these projects, I don't know how any of us could really deal with that massive information really just brought down to what we are supposed to be dealing with. So thank you for that. I know it's not always the most gratifying job. I'm sure a lot of times you guys don't get a lot of thank yous, but thank you from the commission, especially this commission, because I think we've been through probably one of the biggest growths of San Carlos's history. So, and I think we did it as good as we could. And that's all we can ask. So thank you. And I'll miss you all, you guys. We're still going to get together, right?
Yes. Thanks, Jesse.
You're not going anywhere, but I guess you guys can make comments too if you'd like. You
Yeah,
don't have
I'd like to make a comment. The thing that I appreciate most is, I don't know how many times I came in with an idea of what I was going to vote on. You know, you're not supposed to make your decision before you get here, but you know, you sort of look at things and you sort of feel a certain way. And I really appreciate the kind of deliberation that we had, because there's been times that I came in here and completely changed my mind after hearing what people had to say. And I think everyone was always very respectful of each other. And just like, you know, you guys have said, that the process that we went through, I greatly appreciate, and I'm going to miss you guys. I was telling everyone how I feel like, you know, the bigger sisters and bigger brothers going off to college, and we're still the younger kids staying at home. So we'll have fun at college and whatever you endeavor to do next. But thank you so much.
You don't have to say anything, Don, but you certainly can.
I'm never speechless, but this is hard to lose you. You guys have all been my mentors, the staff, Jesse, Angela, David, and Bonnie too, wherever she went. It's really been my honor to work with you. My pleasure. I've never been on a planning commission before, but I've worked with planning commissions for a half century. And this has been the highlight of all of them. I've never seen a planning commission work as smoothly, as graciously, and as well together. And I'm going to miss each and every one of you, but we'll try to carry on your great work.
Thank you, Don. That's very nice.
Thank you for your help in my education. And it's an honor to know all of you.
Very kind, Don. Thank
Very,
you.
very nice. So I already made my comments a month ago, but in summary, grateful to have been a part of what staff has done, and grateful to have known all of you commissioners and staff alike. It's been a lovely experience that I will always think fondly of. So with that, I guess, is there any correspondence?
Actually, there is.
Really?
There is some correspondence, but I don't know if you would care to have a packet of the correspondence that I'm about to hand out. This has to do with a project that will be coming on the Planning Commission's agenda, potentially in July or potentially thereafter. But it's a project with quite a bit of history. So what I would like to pass out to Shannon and Don, and certainly these are all matters of the public record, so if anyone who might be listening is also interested in this material, staff can also provide that as well. And a lot of it will be provided once this project is agendized. But it has to do with a project that's been referred to as the Winding Way Annexation Project. This was a project that was maybe started in early 2000s, got annexed sometime in the middle of 2000, and there was potentially, I think, a lawsuit filed that ended up being withdrawn and handled via a settlement agreement. At any rate, because we can't get into the specifics of it this evening, I wanted to just pass some correspondence. And basically, this correspondence consists of previous PowerPoint presentations given to the City Council, a past staff report, and the resolution approving the annexations and all of the conditions attached to that. So I'm going to pass that out to Shannon and Dawn. However, if you're interested in receiving the materials, let me know, and I will give all three of you copies as well. I'll also be giving this information to the new planning commissioners during their orientation, upcoming orientation. That's all of the correspondence that I have for this evening before we move on to the second to the last item on the agenda.
All right, well then, let's move on to the second to last, the penultimate item on the agenda.
So with respect to just some administrative announcements, the regular meeting of July 2nd, actually both the RDRC and Planning Commission meetings of July 2nd will be canceled. We simply don't have items that are ready to be presented on that particular regular scheduled agenda day. So the next meeting of the Planning Commission and the RDRC will be on July 16th. And then the last comment that I would like to make really is about this commission, and specifically the outgoing commissioners. You've all had a chance to say your parting words. They're not your final words. I'm sure you'll still be involved in this community and stay active, and I certainly hope you do, because you know a lot about the community, and I think your contribution towards this community can be done in so many different ways, and I'm sure and hope that you'll continue to do that. But I just personally wanted to say that it's been a pleasure meeting all of you. I've been here at the city, I guess it'll be 6 years this January, so if I was on the commission, I'd be termed out soon too, but I play a different role. But all of you, Jesse, Angela, David, Shannon, Dawn, and even the prior Commissioner Scott that have been on this commission have worked together very well. You've asked tough questions, good questions. You've really helped shape and mold the look and feel of San Carlos during one of the highest development booms that I personally have ever experienced as a planner. There's a lot going on right now, and we all know that. But just mostly, I just wanted to say thank you for your professionalism. You've been very respectful to staff, and as you ask the hard questions, you're still very respectful to us, and there's been a really great relationship. It can be really hard being in the planner seat, as you've mentioned, all of that work that goes on behind the scenes, and you're bringing forward a project with a lot of controversy or with a lot of layers and complexity, but knowing who our commissioners are, it's made our job a little bit easy. So you've helped ease some of that stress as we've all had to make various presentations at that podium or up here. So I just wanted to say thank you, and I will miss all three of you very much, but I hope you'll stick around. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a few comments as well. Being a planning commissioner is often a challenging effort, as you all know, and you have the job of trying to balance the health and the character of our community with often complex regulations and citizen input, like Commissioner mentioned. You talk with community members, you talk with business and property owners, and spend your weekends combing through voluminous tomes such as the one that Lisa just passed out. And you do all this before surrendering your Monday nights to the city's work, and we really appreciate that. You have been dedicated to learning and questioning in the areas where you didn't understand certain things or you needed a more in-depth understanding of things, and you asked for guidance of staff and information and explained your thinking before taking action. And as staff, we really appreciated your efforts to reach out to us and ask about these things and try and understand an issue or a project in more detail. You put in the time to explore the issues, and you listened to all the sides before you made decisions, and you gave the community plenty of time to talk and to express their concerns with you. And you did all this, again, before making a thoughtful decision on what you did. And I'd like to express my thanks to you, outgoing commissioners, for your commitment to the city of San Carlos. And it's really been an honor to serve with all of you. And I just want to thank you for your many years of service to the Planning Commission. And we will indeed miss you. But we'll try and carry on the work, and hopefully you'll keep apprised of what's going on in town, and maybe we'll see you at a farmer's market or something.
Absolutely, and Angela is ready to come back in 1 year, so
Yes. Thank you.
If I could just say a few things. I've been, many of you know, and maybe I've said it a few times, but I've been an attorney representing planning commissions for 25 years. So I've had a lot of experience sitting at meetings, and I'd like to say, sincerely, you're a group that's been very thoughtful, informed, analytical, asked very good questions. I tried not to be caught off guard, but sometimes you did. I have some words that I think I strongly encourage you to forget, and now that you're off the commission. Standards, findings, nexus, rough proportionality, conditions of approval. Some of those words might go away, but I doubt it. I think once you're on the commission for 6
This all the time now, all the time.
SAT word.
And I do have some good news for you, for the retiring commissioners. You can now meet without violating the Brown Act as of July 1st.
actually, I can bring all of you over for a barbecue now. All 5 of you, because it's not a quorum.
That's right. That is true. So again, thank you for your service to San Carlos, and you'll be missed on the commission. And I think we will try to do our best to stick with the high standard that you guys set. So thank you.
Great.
Very nice and thoughtful words. So absent any other comments, I believe this, perhaps the last meeting of the Planning Commission ever. I mean, I won't know any different.
Yes.
Is now adjourned. And I will ring the gavel for the first and last time. There we go.